It's the Sleepers Podcast. It's Thursday, May 8th. I'm back. Great episode yesterday from Cart and Dion. I really do enjoy listening to those when I'm not on them. It's like a little treat every morning. How are you, Cart?
Cart.
You're what?
What was your favorite part about me and Dion's episode?
I did actually listen to the first... I listened through the comments portion, and then you started the segments, and then I got pulled over.
Oh, man. Yeah, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, we can get to that, but just to prove that I actually did listen to this, you guys did like 17 minutes of golf banter again, and then you complained that nobody gave you comments. Every time you guys are tasked with doing a full episode of our college basketball podcast, you inevitably just talk about golf the whole time and how bad you guys are at golf, which is
That's our banter.
it's an electric listen.
That's our banter.
What do you mean?
Like that's how I banter differently with everybody. Like you
Yeah.
and I have very specific banter. I have very specific banter with other people in my life.
So I'll listen to Dion talk about anything. I'll listen to you talk about most things.
Whoa.
Yeah, can I give you a little like banter constructive criticism?
Sure, I'm not gonna take it though.
You got to have more in your bag with Dion. Like the idea that every time you and Dion are alone, all we get is golf is like, you guys are both way too original for this. You know?
No, I
Just
don't.
every single you and Dion episode is just 17 minutes of like, so yeah, I got a tee time this week. Yeah, I'm not really hitting my irons that good, but yeah. Like you guys did 17 minutes on that, and I enjoyed it. It was electric, but by minute 14, I was like, damn, this is really all they do every time when I'm not there.
I feel like that's not true, but I'm going to go ahead and take your word for it. You will never hear me talk about it ever again.
Oh, come on. It's
Nope.
constructive criticism.
Constructive this dick.
You know what I'm doing, Cart?
Yes,
I'm projecting my adversity this week onto you, and I'm sorry for that.
that's fine. I'm a very large target to project on, so go ahead.
That's insane. Insane collection of words there.
Yeah, low key.
You know how you have victory glasses?
Yeah,
Victory shades? I'd like to put on my adversity shades.
those are too those are too fire to be adversity
So
shades.
they don't fit and they're crooked on me,
Yeah.
which is a great embodiment of adversity and why I call them my adversity shades.
Hmm.
It's been an adversity filled week for me, Cart.
How so?
Number one, allergies have me in hell.
Mm,
Number two, Banks kicking our ass. Just call
mm,
it what it is. He's got the household in a chokehold right now.
mm.
No golf league for me because we had a couple emotional breakdowns on the parenting front yesterday. That's okay. Hand up. We're working through it. But tough. Can't get my 9-hole round in on the course. That's just
No
tough.
Millers.
It's heartbreaking. No complimentary Millers. Morale is at an all-time low, you could say. Then, just this morning, I'm getting ass kicked, getting no sleep. Kid doesn't sleep. Kid doesn't eat. We know this. Yesterday was my off day. I'm supposed to, breathe a little, just have a good family day. Ends up being adversity filled. Banks has us in a chokehold. So wake up this morning, gassed, trying to get Murph out the door to daycare, running a little bit late, try to make up time on the road, get pulled over. Get pulled over trying to be here to record this morning on time. And I was going 58 and a 40, which honestly, just me living up to that rap I wrote where I'm going 90 and a 65. I'm
Am I living? Yeah, am I living?
staying on business with it, Did charm my way out of the ticket, which means officially I'm ready to turn the corner. Adversity done.
Ooh, no
Looking
more
at you,
adversity.
universe. Looking at you, universe. I think I turned the corner, and I think I beat the adversity by leveraging my white privilege to smile my way out of a speeding ticket.
Good on you. Really, 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 really good on you. Way to use that. One thing I'll ask. So I guess I'm not like putting you out there. You're not a pill guy. So like, what's your form of like powering through allergies? Because like I don't get them constantly, but when I do, like I'll just pop like a Claritin and like
Yeah,
it'll like a special pill. To be honest with you, pound for pound, Claritin, extremely special. What do you do in this case?
yeah. Respect the Claritin game. I got a tongue dissolvent Claritin that is great. It's been a staple in my household since youth. But problem is my tongue is too special.
It's okay. See, there's so many ways we could go about this.
My
I
tongue
just
is
don't.
way
I
too
just don't know
strong.
as a father or two, and the man that you are, a great man that is, that you're willingly putting something on your tongue to just dissolve.
Giving a tongue dissolvent Claritin to me is like asking Russell Westbrook to play pickup with fifth graders. Like it's too powerful of a force for what he's supposed to do, you know?
Oh, maybe you're right about the golf stuff.
That's like again, respectfully, because I love, you and Deanna are my two guys. Yeah, you guys would be talking about how like right now you can't hit your hybrid.
I would never say that. I'm really good with my hybrid.
I'm glad you've been hitting your drives better.
Yeah, I'm honestly like excited to when we actually golf, for you to see it.
Shorten up the backswing, you said?
Yeah, shortened it up and it's working absolute wonders.
Let the club do the talking.
Let the club do the talking.
Yeah. Yeah, sadly you and I will never golf, but
Yeah, we are.
we won't.
In June, we are.
We only see each other like once a summer, and there's no way we're gonna be able to golf this time.
So if we do the day off thing, how would that work when we do bleacher? Like, would it be I get there, we do bleacher at your house, and then we golf?
We could do that. We also could. I mean, we are allowed to like take individual days off bleachers, so we could probably have like Dion do a bleacher show for us.
Just talk about golf the whole time?
It'd be special, right?
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd enjoy that.
I would too. I wonder if it'll happen.
I I'm gonna get greedy. I'd like to come on a league day.
I mean, you have an open invite every Tuesday if you want to come to league, but right now I can't even get to my own league.
You
So,
don't have an open invite to your league.
correct.
So what? So what? All right. Last thing before we get to YouTube comments. So what do you do with that? Because you have to play once a week, or do you have to play any time on Tuesday? Like, do you forfeit this week?
It's a very casual league. There's a few different leagues at the course I'm in, and this is by far the most leisurely. It's
Uh,
literally just show up and drink complimentary Miller Lights and play 9 holes anytime Tuesday. They lock down the tee sheets, so the only people who can sign up are the people that are registered in the league.
mhm.
And yeah, that's all it is. But if you don't play, you're on a team with 9 other people. There's like
uh,
10 teams of 10, and they just take the best four scorers, so you literally don't have to play.
oh, got you. Have you been deep enough in the country club life where you've like identified people's roles at the club?
Yeah, like the staff.
No, just like the people. Like I didn't even notice that. So obviously, I'm not you. I'm not a member. My pops is. And when I golf with him, he's always pointing out like, oh yeah, people they know about that guy. He claims he's this handicap. He'll go out there and get like 90, like, or that guy never gives putts, or that guy does this or that. Like, have you identified the problem people of the club?
I think I have a scout on a few, but I haven't actually golfed with them or met them yet.
Okay.
Also, wanted to make a distinction, and this is the snobbiest, country clubbiest thing I've ever said. Not a country club. Making a clear distinction. This is
To the golf club?
not a country club. This is a private golf club.
Oh, private golf club. So there's a difference.
Like we're not. They don't have other amenities. It's just a golf course, and
Okay.
all the events are golf related. That's it.
There's a clubhouse though, right?
Yeah, but it's basically just a nice golf clubhouse. Like
Uh,
we're not there. Yeah, like there's Kalamazoo Country Club in my area, which is like pools and tennis courts and childcare.
is that the one where the Spartan one is?
Yeah, that one's crazy.
Yeah, that place is nice.
That one's also like a lot more money than the one I'm into.
I bet. I
Yeah.
bet. Well, look, there's some of us that I golfed a course on Sunday, I think it was. Barely had tee boxes. So like, you having that's gotta be great.
Yeah.
I
I
look
mean,
forward to it.
it kicks my ass, and I get out once every 2 weeks, and I stare at it every night.
Can't wait. Should we get the YouTube comment of the day?
Yeah, before we do quickly, would like to announce something. Please, going forward, refer to me as Gian.
Gian?
Yeah, I want to be Gian.
Gian? Okay, I
Like
can do that.
your son is Leon, and my best friend is Dion, and I would like to be Gian.
All right, I can make that happen.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of just shorten it though and call you G.
As long as it's known, like behind the scenes, mentally, like I'm Gian.
I
Yeah,
can do that.
that's fine. Are we gonna talk about how me and Dion are back on our business right now?
Oh, with the Warriors?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a scary thought.
I mean, anytime him and I collectively decide to win a championship, it's a terrifying proposition. The only guy who's gotten to us is well, we tried to bandwagon the Heat beating the Celtics, and that didn't work a couple years ago. But yeah, as Warriors, Dion and I are basically undefeated, going back to the Jordan Poole days. And I don't know, there's a little twinkle in my eye right now, Card. Like
I love when it twinkles in your eyes.
the things are happening. I'm seeing the vision here. I think letting Jimmy Butler get to the Warriors was a mistake by the league.
Yeah, how did that happen?
I think everyone thought he was just washed, and he's like a very clear upgrade to that culture from what Clay was, even.
Yeah, respect.
They need Steph, though. But honestly, maybe they don't. Maybe they just need me and Dion.
Steph might be cooked though. Hamstrings are no joke.
He'll be back for the conference finals.
Will they be in it?
As long as me and Dion do our part, I think so.
Yeah, you guys are a very, 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 very scary.
Game one was huge, man. Disrespectful. The sports books gave the Warriors out as pick 'em at halftime as a 13-point lead.
Yeah, well, they
Like,
didn't have
come on.
Steph.
And they ran that shit up to 20 without him.
Yeah, true.
What was Ant on? He was 1 for 11. I don't care if they had you, me, who cares? Ant-Man, Spider-Man, whatever. Batman in five.
Batman 5. Oh God, you really are Gian.
I'm
Okay.
locked in.
Let's get to the YouTube comment of the day here. I am going to say, first of all, let's get a little hater comment in here. This one comes from the Bryce is right. He said, and he might be joking, so I'm not gonna say anything mean. But he said 39 seconds and no likes on this video yet. Y'all fell off. Do you look at likes on our YouTube videos?
No.
Are likes like should we take those to heart?
He was up at 6 a.m. if he's looking seconds after the episode dropped. So respect to him.
Yeah, I can see why he'd be up at 6 a.m.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
it was a compliment to us, honestly. I think it was a joke.
Was it?
I think so.
Oh, well, thanks, Bryce. Appreciate that.
Alrighty.
Should we get to the Discord comment?
Sure.
Discord comments. Please join the Discord. The Discord is $9.99 a month. Join on your desktop. The link is in the description of our Twitter. By joining the Discord, you are directly supporting Sleepers Media. So if you ever had said to yourself, I want to support these two jackasses, I appreciate everything they do, joining the Discord is one of the best ways to do that. And like I said, the link is in the description of our Twitter. Please join $9.99 a month on your desktop. Take advantage of that and come join the family. La Familia. And part of being a part of the Discord is that you get your comments read every single day. I called the Discord out yesterday because we only had 3 comments. So let's see if they did better today. We are going to start with, let's see here. Okay, we got some guys back in here. That's good to know. Okay. Steve Nash. Which Big Ten coach is going to be the first to hit the podium after Illinois beats them and say, the sport's a joke right now? We're supposed to be molding kids, not game planning against 22-year-old grown men who have been playing professionally. This isn't college basketball anymore. It's broken and nobody wants to say it.
Chris Collins.
I was going to say paint.
Oh, I think it's Chris Collins. Paint
Yeah,
can't
probably
because he has an international kid.
an international 18-year-old. Tough.
Adversity's back.
Dude, Osmosis Jones is whooping your ass.
Yeah, adversity's back in a big way.
That's fine. You sneeze, I yawn. We're just a great program. Just snacky. When do you guys think international players will be a little bit more respected preseason? Just read Jeff Borzel's ESPN Top 25. His projected starting lineup included CJ Cox instead of Mayer for Purdue. For the most part, nothing was written about either of the overseas additions for Illinois. Seems like they are either unaware or don't like the direction that college basketball is headed. So just snacky, I will say this. I made this mistake before. Borzello like updates that, so sometimes when you click on the wrong link, it shows the old version of it. Um, but also like he might just know Paint, and there's a world where Paint actually doesn't start him and starts the guy who's returning. Like that's why we got guys starting last year. Like I think Will Burke started the year, so I think there's an inherent like Coach Paint is Coach Paint, and he's gonna start maybe the guy that came back. So. I don't know. That's how kind of where I'm coming from on it. All hail the Pope. If you were Kentucky, would you rather have Owe or Jameer Watkins? I'd rather have Jameer Watkins. I think G would rather have Jameer Watkins, but two good options. No, you rather have Otega Oweh?
I'd rather have Otagoe, yeah. If I'm Kentucky, if I'm somebody else, I would listen to a different argument.
Okay, what if you take out the fact that Otega Oweh was on Kentucky last year? Who's the better player?
I think Otega might be a better scorer, and I think that's what Kentucky needs.
I think Jameer Watkins is the better player than Otega Oweh, so I'm taking Jameer Watkins. I've heard Boogie Flan may go to Florida. You think he's a good fit? I don't think he's going to Florida. I do think he's a good fit. I also want to see Boogie actually come back because I think it'd be fun to see like where he ends up. I think because I think a lot of people will be after him, right?
In theory, yeah. I don't know. The Boogie Flan rumor stuff's weird.
Yeah, it is. And lies. Fam 33 compliant guy. G is at the bar at your private club open. G, is the bar at your private club open slash serving alcohol yet? I'm still sick about that story. Hope the sunburn's worn off by now.
Sunburn has gotten better. I'm peeling on one arm
Ugh.
a little bit, but it's not painful at all. Aloe did numbers, and I don't know. Surprise, you tell me, but like I feel like it turned more tan than it
It
usually
it
does.
it definitely did. You definitely look less white.
Doesn't look super burnt. Yeah, bar's been open the last couple rounds. I saw a cart girl going around many times last night from my living room window.
Sorry, what?
I looked out in my backyard and watched the cart girl driving around on the course that I couldn't play from my living room window.
Sometimes I forget that you live directly on the course.
Yeah, yep, and I was watching. So yeah, shout to the course.
But family though. Let's see. All hail the Pope. Who has the best front court next year?
Ooh. In the country?
Probably, I'm guessing.
Probably just Purdue.
Might be Clough and TKR to be honest with you. I
Yeah,
think that's
Jacobson off the bench. He's the best third center in the country. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
Purdue.
probably them. Let's see here. All hail the Pope. Can you build a team to win a championship with the remaining uncommitted players in the portal?
No, a lot of losing players in the portal
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, RJ Lewis is still there.
Yeah, I think Rick Pitino wanted nothing to do with him by the end of it, but
Yeah. Let's see. Coy DePratt. What if Purdue defense just isn't that much better?
they still make a Final Four because the offense is ridiculous.
Facts. Bryce Star Jones. For Carter, had you been a McDonald's All-American, would you have opted to play for MSU or Kentucky with Calipari when you graduated high school? Kentucky.
That's a good
Uh,
answer.
yeah, more money. Um, Drake, a lot of factors in that. But I would have still tried to make my way to Grind Week and go on a podcast and say how I wanted to choose MSU. Mutant Matt, Captain Obvious, but I don't think that it'll be very long before the NCAA or perhaps even the conferences themselves establish pro sport style organization of college athletics, looking like salary caps, free agency, contracts, holdouts, player unions, the whole nine yards. What are some pro sports policies you guys would like to see instituted into college basketball? Personally, I think a salary cap negotiated by student athletes would be valuable. I think a hard cap would work to a degree and cause parity. Yeah, so I guess what are some pro sports policies that you would like to see instituted into college basketball?
This isn't like a policy, but I want contracts. I want player contracts. You can sign a guy to play 3 years, and he has to play 3 years.
Yeah, I'm with that as well. I want to make sure I didn't skip anybody here. Oh, T. Steffi. Hey guys, the NBA playoffs have been nothing short of elite this year. With the NHL having a great pro postseason, I debated my friends that those leagues have better playoffs than the NFL or MLB this past year. How would you rank the postseasons of those leagues?
Ooh, NFL, NBA, MLB.
Yes.
This is going to be a take I think that people won't like. I would put MLB 1, NBA 2, NFL 3.
Mm.
I think the series aspect is important with playoffs. Sometimes with NFL, maybe this is just like the Mahomes era recently or how dominant the Eagles were, but it just doesn't feel all that special. Like sometimes there's a team that's just so much better than everyone else. They win 3 games and it's over. Like there's obviously been great NFL moments, but I don't know. Like you'll see like great dramatic wild card games that end up not mattering at all. Like, oh, ooh, the Jaden Daniels beat the Lions, and then nobody cares. Didn't matter. Like, so I don't know. I feel like in the NBA, at least right now, with how much parity there is, there's a lot more drama, and I would genuinely argue that baseball does the postseason the best because of I don't know. It's baseball. I feel like is one of the easier sports for an underdog to win, and random moments are good in postseason settings.
Yeah, I think I would go. I still go NBA one. I understand the series aspect part of it. I'll go NBA one. Still NFL two, unfortunately. I do love the MLB playoffs and MLB NHL is the order I would go in, but I do like the series
There's
aspect.
nothing better than a playoff baseball game to attend, though. Like I've been to an NFL playoff game that was electric and really fun. Uh, honestly, I just felt the intensity of the Tigers playoff games I went to this year even more so than that one at Ford Field, which I'm sure you would disagree with. But um, also, random shout, I watch a lot of YouTube videos in bed, like in and out of waking up to feed Banks in the middle of the night. And I've been on this weird path of this YouTube channel that goes year by year through baseball history and just does
Hmm.
like 20 minutes on like 2003. And I'm locked in to the 2000s of baseball right now. It's fun.
Yeah, that's an interesting.
Steroid era, you would have been special in.
Yeah, I want to be in the steroid era now. War Chant. I've never understood why you guys wait to release full episodes at 7 a.m. your time, 6 a.m. my time. Many times, Sleepers is a routine listen. I like to listen on the way to work. Sometimes I have to leave for work early. When that happens, I rarely have time to listen later in the day.
Hmm.
I also don't understand the purpose of releasing the segments an hour early. That just encourages folks to watch that segment and never listen to the full episode if their routine is to listen to it on the way to work. As someone who listens to the full episode most often and rarely the segments solo, the hour preview is just kind of annoying. Why don't you release everything at like 4 a.m. your time or even midnight? Just a suggestion.
I don't know what War Chant does for work, but I would like to leave a comment that I don't know why he does certain things at his job either, because I don't know that industry and I don't know what works.
It's pretty fair. It's pretty fair. War Chant, though we are two idiots, we are idiots with a plan. Everything is strategic. We move different.
There are reasons behind everything we do. But your point is taken. Some things may not make sense on the surface, and I can understand why you would feel that way.
We'd
Good.
also like to write you a letter recommendation to change the hours of your job for better listening for Sleepers Media, and I'd be more than willing to write
Yeah, I
that.
think the reality is it's a very minor segment of our audience that is running into the issue War Chant's running into. Ooh, I want to listen to this at 5 a.m. and I can't. There are specific times that YouTube rewards with their algorithms for uploading in. 4 a.m. is not one of them. So
Yes.
that's
Yep.
where we're at.
Is what it is. That does it for the Discord comments today.
Thank you, Discord. Thank you for the feedback, War Chant. Also, I feel like that was a little harsh, but appreciate that. We want to make this the best experience for everyone. And now that's going to weigh on me. Now I'm probably going to call JK and be like, we need to upload at 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Big backs and feedbacks. Welcome to Sleepers Media.
There you go. Hey, Cart, have you been watching the NBA playoffs?
Of course I have, Greg.
Hey, Cart, are you going to watch game 2 of the Celtics and the Knicks?
You're damn skippy I am.
Hey, Carter, do you think that Jason Tatum's going to score tonight?
I hope so.
Then you should take advantage of Underdog Fantasy's promo offer with a free pick. Because if Jason Tatum scores one or more points tonight, then you will cash in on your free pick with Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code SLEEPERS to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits as a first time user and get that Jason Tatum to score one or more point free pick.
And if your bet lasts longer than 4 hours, please contact your nearest physician.
Let's get to the show. Carter, are you a Barstool Sports guy?
Yeah.
Are you? I didn't know this.
Yeah, 100%.
That seems off brand for you, to be honest.
So this is the thing. I stopped burning bridges of anybody that could possibly just like acquire us.
Oh, okay. So you're like just to run through a couple. Like you are obviously an underdog fantasy guy.
Yeah, of course. Of
You're an Action Network guy,
course.
Pat McAfee guy,
Yep.
Big Ten Network guy,
Yep.
ESPN guy.
Yep.
What's the new burner ball thing called?
Uh, below the belt, below the bid.
Below the bid guy.
Yeah, no bids, no bid
No,
league.
no bid league, zero bid. I think that okay. Yep, that guy.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Field 68 guy. Yep.
Field 68 guy, Yahoo Sports guy,
Yep.
the Athletic guy,
Yep. Athletic guy. Yep.
CBS Sports guy,
Yep. Of
Hammer and Rails guy,
Yep.
Illini Inquirer guy.
Course.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah, basically
Okay.
all of it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good to know. Anyways, the reason I ask is this. I saw a little video on Barstool Socials yesterday that got me thinking. They basically asked a bunch of their employees, "What's the biggest what if in sports history?" I enjoyed hearing a lot of the answers, a lot of Len biases in the answers. But I want to talk what ifs in a college hoops lens. What are the five biggest what ifs in a recent college basketball history? Recent meaning like since we've cared.
Okay. Sounds good. You're built like Riggs, by the way.
That one is hurtful.
Yeah, well, yeah, I had to lash out.
Okay.
Go on and say who I'm shaped like.
I don't have one.
Oh, did that hit you, didn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to do my what if first?
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta do the classic one. You already know where I'm going with this.
I don't.
Just in general, the tournament that was canceled. That's one of the biggest what ifs. And I'm not even saying Michigan State specific. I'm just saying like there was a lot of good basketball teams that year. So I guess I would do this because obviously Michigan State was good. I think more of a what if that year was that Dayton team with Obi Toppin.
Okay, so you are not doing any specific team with this. You are instead saying the entire tournament being canceled.
So I was gonna say the entire thing, but I'd like to narrow it down to the first what if being that Dayton team.
I don't know. Respectfully to Dayton and Obi Toppin, does that feel big enough to be the top five ever?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
I guess so. I think I like the just general, the tournament was canceled more.
Really? I didn't think you would let that slide.
Well, I don't like it when you do it with Michigan State, but I think the way I feel about that with Michigan State also applies to Dayton and everybody. I think any one team being like, that was our championship is dumb because the
Okay, well
tournament's
let's say the tournament being canceled is the first what if.
okay. So the COVID tournament being canceled.
Yes.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you want to throw in there?
See, some of my what ifs, here's my approach to this. I think a lot of the what ifs that come to mind for me are like, what if a play went differently?
Hmm.
But if like it's a play in the national championship, like the answer is just the result would have been different. And that's not like what if Gordon Hayward's half court shot went in?
Hmm.
Butler would have won.
Right.
Okay. Like there's probably more what ifs that had bigger ramifications across the sport than that. And I don't really know what to answer. The COVID one's good because that affected everybody in a really, really big way. But I don't know. Like if it is a play, the first one that comes to mind is Gordon Hayward, but I don't know if that's big enough to be on this list.
I think I know which one you would want to put on this list. I don't know if it's good enough for top 20 or top five all time though.
What's that?
What if Beeline didn't want to coach Chetty Osman?
What if Beeline didn't leave? Since we've been alive, that's a pretty big what if.
Yeah.
I mean, an ongoing one variation of that, what if Dan Hurley did leave?
Yeah. What if Izzo left?
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah. Didn't he have a Cavs job offer too? Or it was somebody that offered him a job?
Yeah.
Can't remember, but I'm trying to think of more. I mean, I feel like we gotta pick something that like, what if this player played, or what if this team, you know, I mean, obviously a big Purdue one, people are gonna talk about like, what if Robbie Hummel didn't tear his ACL?
Yeah. All right, I got one under that lens, and again, it's our list, so it's going to be somewhat personal and recent because we're recent guys. What if Terrence Shannon had been enrolled at Michigan?
Mm,
Because I'd be taken back. You know this is true. When we went to the damn Big Ten tournament that year, there was realness to it. There was a time where Juwan Howard was like next up, and he was the big bad man in the league, and he was kind of running shit. They had made back-to-back deep runs in the tournament. They had been putting one and dones in the league, like they were rolling, and they had Hunter Dickinson as like a breakout sophomore star, and Jet was coming in, five-star son. You had four other top 50 recruits in that class, Kobe Buffkin being one of them. And like Shannon was this missing piece. They went to dinner like in Miami, and it was this big whole moment. We're going to get our guy. He committed. And then just look at how different the trajectory for Illinois has been versus the trajectory of Michigan since that decision being changed.
yeah, that's very true. That probably deserves to be up there.
Jawan Howard would still be at Michigan if that happened. And I know people will want to say not, but like they would have been good with Terrence Shannon. He would still be the coach.
Justice for Caleb Love, justice for Isaiah Todd, justice for Josh Christopher.
And Michigan is probably in a worse off place for that because Jawan's bullshit would have caught up to him at some point. But for at least a 4 year stretch, it would have completely altered things for Michigan and Illinois.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so I'm putting that on the list. We need to come up with some more. TSJ is another one. His entire saga legally, like
Yeah. But I mean, the team ended up being fine and good, though.
I guess, but like, what if he doesn't miss a month of the season?
He's probably a first team All American and everything.
Yeah, I guess that's
So
true.
that's
All right,
just crazy. What are some other what ifs? It's hard not to get personal with these ones.
you can
Like
get
I've
personal.
always in my head thought, like, what if Kalen Lucas didn't tear his Achilles?
Yeah,
That dude's just so good. Um, but I'm
if he was
trying to
like a
think.
cakewalk to a national title, if he doesn't, didn't they still go to like Final Fours?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a cakewalk, but I'm just saying in general, like he was just so nasty and he just never was the same after he tore his Achilles.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, what are some other, I'm noticing doing this exercise, I am not a what if guy.
Why not?
I just don't do what ifs. It's just not in my bloodstream, I don't think. Oh my word, that sneeze is diabolical.
I'm in hell.
Yeah, you are in hell. Oh, good on you for powering through here. Um,
Bleacher's gonna be tough today.
yeah, it's okay. We'll find a way. Hopefully Pierre doesn't bark, right? Um, what is another good hypothetical? I mean, wasn't it that one scenario where they said that Bill Self was in a cabin with Doug Gottlieb in Oklahoma State and almost left for there or something like that? Some story like that.
Yeah, I don't know how much validity there is there, but yeah.
Can I do actually this should be on there. What if Jay Wright just doesn't stop?
Oh, I like that.
That like he just that was abrupt, correct?
What if Jay Wright doesn't disappear?
Yeah.
Also, I might like this one more. What if Brad Stevens doesn't disappear?
Ooh. Like he
Because
just
that was
rides out.
pre NIL era. Like, would Butler have legitimately become a powerhouse? Would he have taken a different job?
That's a good one.
All right, I want what if Brad Stevens stays?
That's a really good one.
Stays in college, and would he have gone anywhere? Still counts.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the COVID tournament being canceled, TSJ to Michigan, Brad Stevens and Jay Wright, I guess, can both individually count. We need one more. One more big what if.
That one Kentucky team that was almost going to go undefeated wouldn't count as a what if, right? Like, what if they didn't lose to Frank Kaminsky?
So if we are going game specific, there's one game that I can think of in the last decade that I think altered the course of the sport more than any other. Any guesses?
Trey Burke's block?
No.
No. What?
What if Jack Golke doesn't hit 11 threes?
Wow. Oh.
Because that Kentucky team, respectfully, they weren't the seasons before where they weren't that good. The Reed Shepherd, Rod Dillingham, Kentucky team was national title good.
Yeah,
And Jack Golke went nuts.
and they fired him.
And if Kentucky just wins that game, they might make a Final Four run. If they make a Final Four run, Cal's still at Kentucky. Mark Pope, who knows where he is, probably still at BYU. Like, is Muss still at Arkansas? Did he leave too? Like, there's so many domino effects there.
No, that's a good one. I like that.
All right, so let's round out our top five with that. Number one, the COVID tournament being canceled. Number two, what if Terrence Shannon Jr. went to Michigan? Number three, what if Brad Stevens stayed in college? Number four, what if Jay Wright stayed at Villanova? Number five, what if Jack Golke didn't hit a bazillion threes?
Like it.
Topic two, we did like a history lesson for topic one. Topic two, similar. So I want to stay within the NIL era, in the transfer portal, specifically the portal era. Not going back to like Brandon Wood or like random, we'll sit out a year and then go, guys. Since everyone could just immediately leave and play somewhere else. Can we come up with the top 10 transfers of the entire transfer portal era? The actual success stories, who has worked, who has not.
Okay. Top 10 all time.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said NIL era, correct?
I think it's really like how far would we define the portal era as? To me, it's like what, the last 4 years, maybe more.
That's like COVID, kind of.
I think it's basically since COVID. Anyone that transferred and was immediately eligible.
Okay. All right. That works for me.
All right. So anyone come to mind immediately?
Um, Terrence Shannon
Terrence Shannon might be the number one transfer in the entire era.
or Dalton Connect.
Dalton Connect is definitely up there. Let's
Um,
just rattle off names and then we can order them
yeah,
down
I'm
here.
I'm spitballing here. I just Hunter Dickinson,
Hunter Dickinson, Oscar Tshiebwe, National Player of the Year.
Oscar Tshiebwe. Yep. Um, who else? trying to think of guys that were like all American, like level good.
I'm
Um,
going through all American teams, finding guys right now. Walker Kessler.
oh, Walker Kessler is good. Sneaky one, even though I don't. Was Walker Kessler in the NIL era?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, even if he wasn't. Mark Sears.
Mark Sears, Tyler Kolek,
Oh shit, Kolek, yeah.
the Kansas State duo,
I was wondering if they were good enough.
Keontae Johnson, Marquise Noel. I might leave them off, I think.
Yeah, I think there's better options here.
I like the others that we've named so far.
Yeah, it sucks. Uh, not sure if he's good enough. Was Johnny Juzang good enough to be on this list?
He could be.
Yeah, or could go with one of the Baylor guys.
I feel like that's going back too far. Maybe
That's
I'm
too far.
misreading this,
Okay,
but
okay, yeah,
what
okay. That's
about honestly respect the champs where the champs are due? Tristan Newton,
Tristan Newton.
Cam Spencer.
Yeah. Well, only both of them on the list.
I would think so.
Champions.
I would think so.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Newton for
Oh,
sure because he got two of them. Cam Spencer to me feels appropriate too.
yeah. True.
Oh, we're missing an obvious one then. Walter Clayton.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want any
But
other Florida guys on that list? I don't think I
no,
put Elijah Martin on it,
just
but
just Walter Clayton.
okay.
I'm trying to think if we're missing any.
Baylor Shireman,
I was gonna shout Baylor Shireman out.
Caleb Love. Those guys feel like honorees that don't get the award.
Was Caleb Love an All-American?
I think at some point.
Yeah, I think he was.
Ooh. Is Caleb
Ooh.
Love a better transfer than Hunter Dickinson?
He might be.
I mean,
He actually might
Dickinson's a
be.
great player, but he's kind of the one that stands out on this list. Just like, yeah, really?
Is it too early to call a shot and say that JT Toppin's already on the list?
I think that's too early.
Okay.
Unless is there anybody else like this year that's transferring that deserves to be on it? Like, I don't know, Bennett Sturts feels weird.
I mean, I'm just like naming Owaves, the transfer. He's really good. Um, Trying to see like guys that have like kind of maybe even played multiple years that could possibly be on this. Mm, no, I think you need like some other guys on there that I don't think we're missing anybody necessarily.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Okay. All right. So here's the 10 that I liked then. Let's put them in the right order. Here,
Brady Manick.
yeah.
I don't know if he's good enough to make the 10, but he's
Let's put Brady Manick over Hunter Dickinson.
oh, that's so spicy.
Champ.
That is very
I
spicy.
think it matters. Like looking back on it, this transfer meant something. Way more than Hunter's like overpaidness.
Another one that might be good enough to be here too is Nemhard.
Andrew Nemhard.
Yeah. No, sorry, no, Ryan.
Andrew or Ryan Nemhard.
Oh yeah, because Andrew was at Florida, right?
Florida. We're
Yeah.
leaving Nemhards off. I'm
Okay.
ruling on that. Here's our 10. Let's put them in the right.
No Nemhard.
Let's put them in the right order. Terrence Shannon, Dalton Knecht, Brady Manick, Oscar Sheboy, Walker Kessler, Mark Sears, Tyler Kolek, Tristan Newton, Cam Spencer, Walter Clayton. It's a great list of transfers.
It is a great list. How do we rank Sheboy's National Player of the Year? Because like in a like just looking at that, just saying that he was a transfer and he was National Player of the Year.
We do what everybody does with it. We roll our eyes at it.
Okay, cool.
So I'm gonna do the thing here. I think Dalton Knecht should be one
Yeah.
because he
Oh.
also he embodies like coming from the lower level, plucked out, and now you're an All American.
Yeah. He's literally a phrase. People are trying to find the next Dalton Connect.
I think Dalton Knecht is the best transfer in the transfer portal era. From
Yep.
there, man, it's hard for me to look past the champs.
I
Walter
would go
Clayton,
Tristan Newton.
Walter Clayton and Tristan Newton.
Yeah, I would go Tristan Newton one, Walter Clayton three.
We're gonna put Tristan Newton two behind Dalton Knecht.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said one.
Oh, sorry, put in two behind Dalton. Yeah, put in
Knecht
order
one, Newton
Newton.
two, Clayton three.
Yeah,
Are we letting Sheway drop too far?
we got his National Player of the Year. Even if we roll our eyes, he's got to be four.
Oscar Sheway at four. Terrence Shannon five.
Who else is left?
Terrence Shannon, Mark Sears, Brady Manick, Walker Kessler, Tyler Kolek, Cam Spencer.
So I want to go Shannon Sears Kolick.
Shannon, Sears, Kolek. I want to go Cam Spencer 8, Brady Manick 9, Walker Kessler 10.
I like that. Who got left off?
Hunter Dickinson.
That's crazy.
Hunter Dickinson and friend of the show, Coleman Hawkins.
Oh, damn it.
Allegedly.
Doug McDane?
Topic 3 today is something people have been asking us for a very long time. And I don't know if we're going to be able to deliver well on this, but we're going to try. Damn it. We're going to do a tier maker live on the show. And it's college basketball tier maker for next season. The first official 2025-2026 college basketball tier maker. This will go the same way it always has with us. We will make these tiers into whatever we want them to be. We will be stupid, creative, original with it. We'll come up with names. But this time we're going to actually add a visual element to it with a legitimate tier maker as we go. In the background, shout out to producer JK for setting up a tier maker account for us and getting a template ready for this. So we have all 25 of the way too early ESPN top 25 teams in the country in this tier maker. And we are going to put them wherever we want them and come up with the tiers as we go. Any questions, any thoughts before we inevitably fail in trying to do this card?
No, I think we can make this happen.
You think so?
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so too. I'm optimistic. Also, as I'm looking at this in the background right now, a lot of ads on Tiermaker.
Well, I mean, listen, I feel like I want to get in a spot where we have as many ads as Tiermaker.
Yeah, I guess we shouldn't complain about ads. We don't want anyone to complain about ads, but just I'm
Yeah.
trying to like screen share this. A lot of ads going on tiermaker. All right, let's share a screen and we will see where this goes. Can you see this cart?
I can see that.
Does it actually look okay?
It actually does, yeah.
All right. Okay. So these are the top 25 teams for next season. Running through them for any of our audio only listeners, just in the order that they're in this tier maker: Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, Auburn, BYU, Creighton, Duke, Florida, Gonzaga, Houston, Illinois, Iowa State, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisville, Michigan State, Michigan, North Carolina, Purdue, St. John's, Tennessee, Texas Tech, UCLA, UConn, and Wisconsin. Before we start, do you think we're missing anybody that matters?
Um, mm, After that first read through, no.
I don't think so either. I feel good about this.
I
Okay.
think we're-
So how do we start, Cart? What type of tiers? How do you want to start with this?
I think we should start from the top, to be honest with you. I think we should start from the top. And are we able to name tiers in this? Is that possible?
We can just name them ourselves and then people can deal with it.
Okay, I want to name the first
Oh yeah, we
tier.
can name tiers. Look at
Okay.
this.
Oh, hell yeah. We're gonna call this push
Why?
because it's gonna be Purdue, UConn, St. John's, and Houston.
Oh, a little acronym.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do the thing where I push back on you.
Okay.
I think Purdue's the unanimous favorite all by themselves.
Oh, to see, this is the theme. The
Yep,
theme.
this is gonna carry us all year. I'm gonna go to bat for Purdue being better than everybody else, and you're gonna act like it's not true.
I just think that there should be other teams that belong on that tier with them. At least UConn.
So here's what I would call the top tiers in college basketball for next year. I would call the highest tier Purdue, and it would be Purdue. I would call the second highest tier chasing Purdue, and it would be all the other teams that are chasing Purdue.
This can be Purdue, and then in I don't know some type of little asterisk or some little footnote. Also have to beat their demon, which is UConn.
Ooh, ooh. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I think the first tier is Purdue. The second tier is
It's Purdue. No, first tier is Purdue with demon.
Purdue, or like, okay, is it the favorite Purdue and then the favorite's demon that they don't want to see? But I,
Would that
I
be the
guess
second
I would
tier?
stagger like this. I'd put Purdue in one, UConn alone in two, everybody else in three, and give UConn the title of like the one team Purdue doesn't want to see.
You are not gonna allow this to move forward unless Purdue's by themselves, correct?
I think that's where they belong.
Okay, then go ahead and put Purdue by themselves.
We're gonna put Purdue alone in the
So not
first.
only is Purdue alone, they get a tier named Purdue.
I think they're the favorite. Purdue
Change it to,
parenthesis Purdue parentheses the favorite.
just change it to the favorite, please. I want something out of this.
Okay, the favorite.
Yeah,
Okay, so then the second tier is
the favorite's demon.
might own the favorite.
Yeah, UConn.
Yep. And then the third tier is
Wait, does hold on a second now. Houston did beat them.
no, because Purdue was worse than Houston and nearly got them. That's not a own.
Fine.
Like Purdue waltzed in with their two-time National Player of the Year. We were there in Houston, or in Phoenix, excuse me, and basically we're like, this is our best team we will ever have. And Dan Hurley was like, I'm up 20. Like Edie had 40 in that game. They're just like, okay. Like,
Okay. All right, deal.
I think the third tier is this. And I like that we're distinguishing UConn out of it because there is something mental with UConn. The third tier for me would be might be better than the favorite, but need to earn it.
Can can beat can hover around the table.
So just at the table teams. But like, I guess I want to make it verbally clear. I think there are teams, to your point, that could belong in the same tier with Purdue, but they just need to show it. Like we know what Purdue is with Braden Smith. We know what they are. We don't know what BYU is going to be. They could be great. They could not be.
This tier should be called Squint and See a Favorite.
But I don't even think you have to squint necessarily.
You do if you wear glasses.
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
what do you name in this tier?
I mean, I want you to I feel like I'm steamrolling you in terms of names. I don't want to do that. But like the sentiment of this tier's got to be these teams could be better than the favorite. They just need to prove it.
Teams Carter thinks should be the favorite.
Okay.
Teams Carter could thinks what? Well, good Lord. Teams Carter
Teams
thinks could
Carter
be the
also
favorite.
has it number one.
Yes, okay.
So wait, okay, let's change this. Purdue is not the favorite. Purdue is number one.
Yeah, there you go.
UConn might own number
My
one.
own number one.
And then Teams Carter also has it number one. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So that's BYU.
That's BYU. That's Duke.
Yep.
That is Houston. That is Texas Tech.
Yep.
That is, I don't know if we're gonna be able to fit all the teams in this tier.
I
I
think
also have Creighton.
you had Creighton, you had Kentucky at one point.
Yeah, I had St. John's too,
You had St. John's.
and Louisville.
You want Louisville here too.
Yep.
Didn't you have Florida at some point?
They didn't get Des Claude.
Okay. All right. So we now one, two, three, four. You have eight teams. We're now 10 teams into these tiers, and you've called them all just number one. Okay. All
I
right.
mean, this checks out. I've also called UConn and Purdue number one. So these are literally the 10 teams that I have distinguished as being number one.
I'm also realizing you can just add rows on the fly right now. This is incredible. I'm having
Wait,
so
why? I honestly kind of sick. If this turns out great, I am going to bow down to the YouTube community because they said we should have been doing this from day one.
we're literally just going to make tiers for every segment going forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and Dion
All
are gonna make golf tiers on Friday's episode.
right. Beverages to get at the turn. You have JK just loading up like 50 images. Okay. So now we got to get into the other 15 teams. And we got to reframe this. Does anyone on the list below, you can see them. Is there anyone we need to like prioritize into like how we frame the next tier?
So, what about for this tier is not number one, but top whatever number we want to put.
I'm into that. There's one specific team that I'm looking at here, though, that I think might deserve a special call out somehow.
Is it tennis? Who is it?
Gator boys stay hot.
Uh, Team that ended number one.
It's just,
That's this tier. This tier is the team that ended number one.
yeah, but I don't think it's about last year necessarily. But I'm okay with the number one motif. But like, I don't know. I just feel like there's a work. Todd Golden's the $40 million man now. I think their roster has some holes. But once you get outside of the top 10, it's kind of like, okay, what is Florida going to do before we get to everything else?
That's the tier. Gator boys stay hot.
Just Gator boys stay hot.
Yeah, Gator boys stay hot.
All right. Gator boys stay hot is our fourth tier.
Stay
Making
hot and off Instagram.
does anyone else belong in the Gator boys stay hot tier? Because we could rename this tier to stay off Instagram.
Wait, what if we did? Who else would be in there?
Who else would be in the stay off Instagram? I don't know that there is anybody else.
I mean, it could be stay off Instagram and the roads, and we could put Gonzaga.
Arizona.
Let's just leave it Gator Boy stay
Gator
hot.
boys stay hot. Yeah, good idea. Okay. All right. Now past Florida, let me just ask you this. What teams do you think should be coming up next? And then we can try and figure out a theme for them.
So the teams I think should be coming up next are, um, I would put Arizona, Tennessee, Michigan with Yaxel. Actually, can one tier be they got Yaxel and it's Michigan?
Yeah, or it could be like, are there any other teams like awaiting news with somebody? Like, if Kentucky was still available, we could play that.
That's a good one. Like Auburn's waiting to see if they get Tahad back.
Yeah.
Michigan's waiting to see if they get Yaxel. Um, I don't know who else will be in there though.
So
Those would be the only two.
if basically Gator boys stay hot, then if they get their star back, they hot? And it's Michigan and Auburn?
Yes.
Arkansas here?
Who's the guy that they wouldn't get back Boogie, would they?
Boogie Carter Knox?
Is Boogie? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, throw them in there.
Throw Arkansas, and we're gonna now we have to name it if they get their stars back, they hot.
Yeah,
Um, Alabama doesn't qualify for that. Arizona's waiting Carter Bryant.
yeah, throw that in there.
Uh, you could make the argument that Illinois with Will Riley is, but I don't think they're getting him back, and I kind of want them in their own tier.
Could you make an argument that Bama's in there with Phylon, but he's not coming back?
I don't think they belong anyway.
So maybe the next tier is they think they're getting their star back, but they're not.
I don't even think they think they're getting him back though. I don't
Well,
know.
somehow.
Let's hold off on those. Michigan State with Jace doesn't belong there, do they?
No, because they're not. We're not getting them back.
Okay. So if they get their stars back, they hot.
Yeah. So teams that I think should be in the next tier, and then maybe we can assign the tier. I
Yep.
think Tennessee should be in this tier. I think that. Ooh, I think Illinois should be in this tier, and maybe both Big Ten teams. Because
Both
this,
meaning Wisconsin, UCLA.
yeah. Should this be should we have a tier that's Big Ten teams?
Yeah, it could just be the Big Ten again. um, uh okay, here's my argument on this. I think wherever Illinois belongs on this list, they kind of belong in their own tier. I
Mm.
don't know why. What they're doing is so different than everybody else in the sport. Unless there's a way to like connect it. But like I don't know that there is. They're just a bunch of
I don't know.
23-year-olds.
I don't know if there's a way to do this, but something involving a tier with
Real ID,
The real ID,
the
the
real
real
ID
ID
team.
tier. And you have like Gonzaga,
Well,
you
why
have
why is Gonzaga in the real ID tier?
because they I don't know because they always get international guys.
Not this year.
You want real ID with just Illinois?
I just think what Illinois is doing is so singular.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
But we got to figure out where it belongs and what we call it.
The
I
only
don't
the
even
only
know if
thing is
Illinois is
like the
mixed
only
up.
thing here though is like Tennessee is better than Illinois.
I think we got to wait on Illinois anyway.
Okay, so what is it?
So I agree with you looking at this Tennessee. I think Tennessee, Alabama, I would say UCLA should all be
Tennessee,
next up.
yeah, maybe even yeah, I think so too. Ten. So what is that though?
But I don't know how to connect those.
Mm, there's got to be some way to connect these.
Tennessee, Alabama, UCLA.
Mm, I don't know what tier would connect these teams.
Maybe we could split them
This,
up. This is part of the tier maker. We're on the fly. We got adversity right now.
maybe this tier is these teams are too these teams are too good. Don't know what tier they're in. The unnamed but good tier.
What about okay, I have an idea for this tier. New point guard, who dis?
Fire.
New point guard, who dis? Donovan Dent, UCLA, Jacoby Gillespie, Tennessee, whoever they choose at Alabama. I guess Aiden Holloway is new.
Wisconsin Nick Boyd. Do they go in that category or no?
They could, but I kind of like saving them.
Okay,
We could
let's
see.
do that then. So put new point guard who this.
New point guard, who dis?
Just
Also, Gonzaga could be in this
I was
list.
gonna say with Braden Smith.
I think that's what it is. I think it's UCLA, Tennessee, Alabama, and Gonzaga.
UNC has a new point guard technically.
I think that has to be a tier of their own with Hubert, I think.
Does Kansas go in here with Darren Peterson?
I have a different idea for some of these others.
Okay.
So I think Kansas and Michigan State are staring at me here of like, just give them the benefit of the doubt. Everybody's been looking at both of these off seasons, being like, what are they doing? And it's like, well, it's Bill Self, it's Tom Izzo. Just give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Old but still got it tier.
Or like Champions Classic 2011.
Hey, listen, my team was good last year. I don't
Your
care
team
about
was
Kansas.
good. Your team was good. I think it's the benefit of the doubt tier.
Benefit of the doubt.
Or like let's be honest, we would rank these teams if they started five walk-ons.
Yeah.
Michigan State and Kansas.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Call it the pedigree tier.
Talk to me on what that means.
Just like it's another word for like blue blood kind of tier. But I guess that would have like UNC. So I don't like that then. Let's mm, I'm fine with what you want to call it.
I say it's literally, let's be honest. We would rank these teams if they started five walk-ons.
Can we say five Mike Keeblers?
Maybe. I don't
I
think
guess
people
that's
know who Mike Keebler is.
oh, that's so disrespectful, but okay.
And now this leads me to Illinois. Because do you know what I want the next year to be?
What?
Let's be honest, we would rank this team if they started five Balkans. Does that
That's
work?
yes, that does. That
Okay.
works.
Let's be honest. And
I
that
love
puts Illinois like 22nd.
yeah.
We're really good at tiers, I think.
I we might be tier guys.
This is a big development for us. All right. And now all right, so we have three teams left. We got to figure out how to put UNC, Iowa State, and Wisconsin in here.
Coaches have no drip.
Does that like embody why they're 23 through 25 though?
I mean, somewhat.
Yeah, I guess so. Do you think do all these three teams belong together naturally, or do you think like one of these teams belongs somewhere else?
I think that Wisconsin would be higher for me. Um,
Iowa
but
State
I think
still has
Iowa,
some big pieces too.
huh?
Iowa State still has some big pieces too. Like, are we just bored of them?
Is this tier? Well, UNC. Can we not rank UNC?
So I think it should be we're bored of them, and it's Iowa State and Wisconsin.
Okay.
We're kind of bored of them, and it's Iowa State and Wisconsin. And then UNC is like we're kind of tired of doing this.
Trying to think like what we could call that.
We that's what I think we got to find a creative way to tie the names of the final two categories together. Like
Oh, those gotta be. I was gonna say let's call it here. Damn.
Okay.
Here, damn.
Here, damn.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Riley.
All right.
Should it be like here, damn, Riley?
Yeah, that's fine. All right. Okay. That feels good.
This feels great. Go ahead and share that to Twitter.
Yeah, you know what? Let's remind ourselves. Number one tier, number one team, number one, Purdue. Might own number one. Tier two, UConn. Tier three, teams Carter also has at number one. BYU, Duke, Houston, Texas Tech, Creighton, Kentucky, St. John's, Louisville. Tier four, Gator Boys stay hot. Florida. Tier five, if they get their star back, they hot. Michigan, Auburn, Arkansas, Arizona. Tier 6, new point guard, who dis? UCLA, Tennessee, Alabama, Gonzaga. Tier 7, let's be honest, we would rank these teams if they started 5 walk-ons, Michigan State, Kansas. Tier 8, let's be honest, we would rank this team if they started 5 Balkans, Illinois. Tier 9, we're kind of bored of them, Iowa State, Wisconsin. Tier 10, here, damn Riley, UNC.
I love this.
It's really good.
I really like this.
That may end up being the best segment we've ever done.
I love tiermaker.
Yeah, I'm downloading the image right now so we can tweet this.
Let's go.
But now we got to wait for tomorrow, don't we?
Oh, damn.
Oh. One big thing presented by us and also presented by Underdog Fantasy. Promo code Sleepers, get up to $1,000 in bonus credits and a free pick. The free pick last night was Jason Tatum to score over 0.5 points. They got a free pick just like that for you every single night. Go check it out. What's your one big thing?
My one big thing today is walking etiquette. I think there needs to be more awareness during walks, between two groups of people. And how this comes up is, typical sidewalk, you know what I'm saying? I'm walking with dog, wife, baby, stroller, right? Gentleman is walking towards me, one singular man with dog. I don't think that that person should make us get in the street to like kind of walk by them or cross the street to walk by them. I think inherently, given their scenario, he should kind of, walk maybe in the street as we're walking towards them. When I walk my dog by myself and I'm in that same scenario, I'm like, oh, family stroller, dog. Let me go ahead and just go to the other side of the street, other side of the sidewalk, or maybe walk in the street and then get back in the sidewalk. I think there needs to be more awareness with walking etiquette.
Okay. I'm a big walking etiquette guy, so I can get behind this movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you consider yourself a good etiquette walker?
Yes. Very good.
So you're like a classy walker.
Yeah, very. Top tier.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
I'd win a sportsmanship award for walking.
Yeah, I could see that. I could also see you winning like most improved walker one year.
I did win that 3 years ago.
Yeah. Like I feel like you're entering your prime as a walker right now.
Yeah, I did because 5 years ago I was like, I don't go on walks. I'm him, and now I'm like, ooh, walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your like NBA career arc as a walker? Are you Cade?
No, because
You
I don't think I've reached like stardom level, but I think I'm like a middle of the pack, respect around the league guy. Like I'm the Chris Middleton of walking.
do you get really nervous in the final 5 minutes of a walk?
Like F off.
You're Cade. You're for sure Cade.
I get happy in the last 5 minutes.
Oh, okay, so then you're Halliburton.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
What the hell?
Everybody thinks you're the most overrated walker.
Honestly, that's pretty good comparison there.
Neighbors are chanting overrated.
Yeah, I have a podcast.
Okay, my one big thing is once again to choose your own adventure. Real quick though, how are these going from your perspective? Do we like the choose your own adventure bit? Do we not?
I like them.
Okay. All right. I just couldn't tell if it was hitting the way I thought it was hitting. In my head, I feel like it's going pretty well.
You like that Riley stole your bit?
He stole my bit?
On Riley Friday, he did the you have options.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, here, damn, Riley.
Yeah. My 4 options for my choose your own adventure this week. Food related, random,
Food
wholesome.
related. Sorry.
So do you have any food that you may order maybe repeatedly or just like something you get at a certain place or make yourself, anything that when you eat it, maybe you notice it's the perfect size, the perfect quantity to satisfy your hunger needs?
Yeah.
Do you have anything that comes to mind immediately? Because I have one specific food and I'm like, it dawned on me that it's the perfect meal.
Do you mean like perfect like portion size or perfect like after you're done eating it, you're like that was it.
Nothing to do with taste. Like there's going to be times this is going to hit perfectly and times it may not. But always 100% of the time hit rate. If I order this exact thing from this exact place, whether I'm hungry beforehand, whether I'm not, I leave 100% hunger satisfied. I don't even want a snack. I don't want a bite. I don't want anything else. I'm also not too full. I'm not, it's just perfect. I am 100%. I don't need any more food and my tummy is full.
Two options. Me personally, if I just get chicken thighs, rice, and mushrooms and or broccoli, I making myself, I'm never ever disappointed. Two, anytime I get Chipotle, I never am disappointed ever.
See, isn't Chipotle different? Because what do you get at Chipotle? Like a bowl?
Yeah, both.
Can it be dependent on like who makes it, where like sometimes they actually give
So
you
I
more?
so I go to a specific one.
Okay.
I
And you
don't branch
always,
out to
it's
other.
always the same portion size?
Same portion size. I have a rapport with the person there. I do
Wow.
not venture out to other Chipotles.
You got a Chipotle guy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I mean, respectfully to my wife, it is a Chipotle lady, but there's it's nothing going on.
it's not your barber.
No, no.
Thought there was a chance your barber's just also whipping out burritos in his spare
You
time.
probably could.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good. For me, my experience with Chipotle is very different. Like that would be one I would put in the opposite category where like if I get a bowl, it's very like sometimes they give me too much. Sometimes they don't give me enough. And I'm like, I need more food or I'm way too full. I can't eat it all. My perfect proposal is this. Are you a Jimmy John's guy?
Yes.
Are you a get the same thing at Jimmy John's every time guy?
Yep.
There are some psychopaths out there that change their Jimmy John's order every time. I never want to associate with them.
Hey, come on now. Number 16, Club Lulu, no tomato, add Jimmy mustard, add Jimmy peppers. We're not doing that.
It's a good order. Historically, years ago, I was a country club guy in my healthier days. Now I'm just a slim forward with cheese guy. And let me
Mhm.
tell you, I do the intermittent fasting. I will go hours without eating. And sometimes you get to like, it's time to eat and you're starved. And sometimes I'll make a lean cuisine. Sometimes I'll make a sandwich. I'll make a salad and I eat it. And I'm just like, damn, I'm really hungry. I feel like I'm dieting. This sucks. Every single day of my diet, I cannot eat up until like 4 p.m. Get a slim four with cheese from Jimmy John's with a bag of original chips, and that's
Mm.
all I eat for the day, and I am perfectly satisfied.
Shout out to Jimmy John's, man. Well, so have
Change.
you tried getting that? Have you tried getting that slim number four? Because they toast sandwiches now.
I heard they toast. I have not experimented, but I actually want
Can,
to. I'm not gonna lie.
can I throw something your way? I know you're not a change guy.
Please.
The toasting of the Jimmy John's sub is special.
Is it? Is
It
it? How does it
it is.
compare to like a Subway toast?
I, I'm not gonna lie. Jimmy John's is late to the party. I don't think Subway's a thing if they toast their sandwiches off rip.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna give that a shot tonight.
Please.
You got my word. That's the show today. I think this was a rather good one. Sorry for my allergies. We'll be back tomorrow.